2026 Yamaha XT 600 are motorcycles that define a moment in time, motorcycles that symbolize freedom, motorcycles that exist in stories told around campfires after long journeys. And then there are motorcycles that carve their own legend, machines that refuse to be boxed into a single category, built not just for roads or trails, but for the spirit of exploration itself. The Yamaha XT 600 was always one of those motorcycles. Rugged, reliable, and endlessly versatile, it became a passport to adventure for riders across the world, from African deserts to South American mountains, from quiet European backroads to the chaotic energy of city streets. The XT was there. It carried riders through mud, sand, gravel, and asphalt, never asking for much, always delivering more than expected. Now, in 2026, Yamaha has done what many thought they would never do. They brought back the XT 600, not as a retro gimmick or a nostalgic throwback, but as a modern dual sport built for a generation that craves both connection to the past and the freedom of the future. This isn't just a revival, it's a resurrection, a rebirth of a legend with all the spirit of the original, fused with the technology, performance, and refinement of today. The 2026 Yamaha XT 600 stands tall, purposeful, and commanding, just as its ancestors did. But there's something sharper now, something more refined. The silhouette is unmistakable. Tall suspension travel, wide handlebars, narrow waist, and that characteristic stance that says, ready for anything. But modern details pull it into the present. LED lighting replaces halogen. A full-color TFT display replaces the analog dials. And yet, in a clever nod to its heritage, Yamaha has designed the digital gauges to echo the simplicity of the past. Minimal clutter, just the information you need: speed, fuel, trip, and gear indicator, because when you're riding a machine like this, your eyes are meant to be on the horizon, not buried in menus. The heart of the new XT 600 is a reimagined single-cylinder engine. Big singles have always been the lifeblood of adventure bikes, and Yamaha has doubled down on that tradition. A 600cc, liquid-cooled, fuel-injected thumper with a balance shaft to reduce vibration, tuned for torque and durability. It's not about chasing superbike horsepower numbers. It's about delivering reliable grunt that pulls you up steep hills, pushes you through deep sand, and gives you smooth, predictable power, no matter the terrain. In 2026, the XT produces a healthy 50 horsepower with a torque curve as broad as the landscapes it's built to explore. That means effortless highway cruising at 120 kilometers per age, yet still enough low-end punch to crawl over rocks or power out of tight corners on dirt. The exhaust note is another story entirely. Yamaha engineers knew they couldn't just make it quiet and clinical. They've given the 2026 XT 600 a voice, a deep, throaty thump at idle that grows into a commanding roar when the throttle opens. It's not obnoxious, it's soulful. The kind of sound that reminds you this is a machine with character, not just a tool. Suspension has always been the backbone of dual sport performance, and Yamaha has equipped the XT with premium long-travel forks up front and a fully adjustable rear shock. With over 10 inches of travel, the bike soaks up ruts, rocks, and potholes with ease. On pavement, it feels stable and composed. Off-road, it feels unstoppable. The balance between firmness and comfort is nearly perfect, allowing you to attack trails aggressively or cruise long distances without fatigue. The seat height, at just under 34 inches, strikes a compromise tall enough for serious off-road clearance, yet approachable enough for riders who aren't towering giants. Handling is where the XT truly shines. The steel frame is strong, yet flexible, absorbing punishment without transmitting harshness to the rider. Wide handlebars make low-speed maneuvering intuitive, while the 21-inch front wheel and 18-inch rear deliver stability in rough conditions. It's a bike that feels light when you're picking your way through tight trails, but planted when you're flying down gravel roads. At 160 kilograms dry, it's not featherweight, but it carries its mass low and predictably. Braking performance comes courtesy of modern disc systems, with a large front rotor and a responsive rear. ABS is standard, but Yamaha, understanding the spirit of dual sport, has made it switchable, On the street, ABS gives peace of mind. On the dirt, you can turn it off and let the rear wheel slide, carving corners in pure off-road style. Electronics are minimal, and intentionally so. While many adventure bikes are now overloaded with traction control modes, ride-by-wire mapping, and endless settings, the XT600 keeps things simple. 2 ride modes, road and off-road, tweak throttle response and traction control levels. But beyond that, the bike leaves the control in your hands. Yamaha's philosophy here is clear. This isn't a gadget bike, it's a rider's bike. The fuel tank holds a generous 15 liters, giving the XT a range of around 300 kilometers, depending on how you ride. For an adventure machine, range matters. It's the difference between pressing forward into the unknown or turning back early. With the XT, you can keep going, chasing sunsets and exploring unmarked trails without worrying about the next fuel stop. The ergonomics are designed for long hours in the saddle. The seat is firm but supportive, narrow at the front for easy stand-up riding, wider at the back for comfort on long roads. The foot pegs are grippy and positioned perfectly for both sitting and standing control, and the handlebars sit high, giving a commanding view whether you're on asphalt or weaving through trees. Riders who lived with the old XT600 will immediately notice the difference in refinement. Gone are the carburetors and kickstart-only frustrations. The new bike starts instantly with fuel injection and an electric starter. The balance shaft smooths out the vibes that once rattled mirrors and hands numb. And the gearbox, now a slick 6-speed, makes highway riding quieter and more relaxed, while still keeping first gear short enough for technical trails. But Yamaha hasn't forgotten its heritage. The styling pays tribute to the classic XT lineage, with minimalist bodywork, rally-inspired shrouds, and that unmistakable stance. In a market flooded with massive 1,200cc adventure bikes loaded with electronics and price tags the size of small cars, the XT stands apart as something honest, pure, functional. It's the kind of bike that invites you to throw on a simple duffel bag, strap down a tent, and just go. No need for expensive panniers or endless accessories. The XT600 is, at its core, a machine for adventure in its purest form. And here's where the surprise comes in. Alongside the standard 2026 XT600, Yamaha will release a special Dakar Rally Edition. This version comes equipped with upgraded suspension, a larger 20-liter tank, navigation tower, skid plate, and rally graphics inspired by Yamaha's racing heritage in the Paris-Dakar Rally. Only 600 units will be produced worldwide, each individually numbered, making it as much a collector's piece as a rider's dream. This move isn't just marketing, it's a statement. Yamaha is reminding the world that the XT isn't just another motorcycle. It's a symbol of endurance, adventure, and the freedom to go anywhere. The world may have changed since the first XT rolled off production lines decades ago, but the need for machines like this has not. If anything, in a time where screens dominate our lives and technology tries to control every detail, the XT600 stands as an antidote. A machine that asks only one thing: ride, explore, discover. And when you do, you'll understand why the XT name continues to inspire generations of riders. This has been Z Auto Advisor, bringing you the story of the 2026 Yamaha XT600, a reborn legend that refuses to fade into history. The world is wide, the road is endless, and the XT is waiting.